Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at Kecleon in the Great League here. I asked on Twitter for some battles again. Some of them I did while I was walking back home during the night, which then didn't really turn out too good, so sometimes I misplayed a little bit, just be aware of that. And otherwise I had a lot of fun with it. Kecleon itself is an interesting Pokemon. You can only get it if you spin Pokestops, and sometimes they are there after the community day. It's an actual kind of cool way to integrate them, to be fair. It's like more like a roadblock in front of the Pokestop. Here, sadly, my opponent got the boost, which really matters, sadly. But yeah, like the way they integrated, really cool. Sad thing though is I needed 15 minutes to find one, and I went through my entire city to find one, and I basically was done with it then. And you see the IV spread on the right side. This is the one and only Kecleon that I got, and I don't think I'm going to go out and get more of them because they seem to be pretty rare unless you grind hard. And like, I'm in a small city, I don't really want to grind harder for that thing, so we're going to take a look at this one here with this IV spread, and it should be fine. Otherwise, if you haven't seen my video earlier today already about the Chestnut Community Day, there's also a video out for the Master League Premier Classic Cup. I might take a look at this Pokemon tomorrow for the Open Master League. Not sure about it yet, we have to see, but we will be able to farm on the opponent's Medicham here, which is nice, but they still have the Gliscor here. Can go ahead and go into my double. I want to play something a little bit more. Like, yeah, I want to have some meta in there, but I didn't want to go like full try hard, so I went still for double as a say-swap compared to, like, I don't know, Lickitung or all the other Pokemon that you see all the time. Here, sadly, it's going to be a very close battle. If I had like a better IVs, I think on my double here as well, I would have been able to win this game, because I literally need like one more fast move to get to my next charge move, which would have knocked them out, but still, good game there. Very well played. Next opponent here, we're going to face Stunfisk, and we're going to face a Dusclops coming in. Dusclops is purified here, so I'm a little bit scared about the potential of a return here. I will be able to go for one foul play. Foul play going to do a ton of damage against the opponent, and we will see that they can go ahead and go for an Ice Punch. Ice Punch still does a pretty decent amount of damage, so I was like, if they go for one return, it might be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to shield up the next move, going to be the Ice Punch. Fine for me, as we see most likely the Stunfisk coming back in here. You actually would have the option to have Flamethrower on your Kecleon. I thought it was not really necessary, as I have already a Fighting type in the lead, and my say-swap is the Dubwool and not the Kecleon. So here you also saw me swapping into the Dubwool. At the end of the day, I kind of wanted to keep the energy on my Kecleon. I know that it's kind of worthless on the Stunfisk here, so I thought if there's something in the back where I can use my energy, might be pretty wise to keep this thing alive, especially as my Dubwool would win against the Stunfisk as well, or gets them very close to being dead. So especially because the only thing that really bothers a Medicham would be most likely Ghost types, and for this we have Foul Play as well as Sucker Punch. And I think actually this Pokemon would be so cool if a Sucker Punch finally gets buffed. Sucker Punch itself is a pretty mediocre move. It was, I think, a Wing Attack clone before Wing Attack got buffed. I really hope that they buffed it as well, because I don't think there are a lot of Pokemon that really learn Sucker Punch, where it would make them too overpowered or anything like this. I think maybe Yveltal learns it, but then you do more damage, but you do less, generate less energy with it. So I'm not sure really what's going to happen with that. I don't think that it would be too broken to boost it, as well as other cool Pokemon would be cool. Here I was definitely just walking outside still, and I was like, Cresselia coming in, taking like 10 years to swap out. If I swapped out earlier, this would have been way better, but I was like, which Pokemon I'm going to go into now? Could have actually went into my Kecleon as well. Would have been a cool matchup at least to see for Kecleon, but again, like, this was the second game I played, and I was still on the way back home after getting this one, so I was like playing not really perfectly fine there, but it's still okay. We will be able to shield up the next move from the opponent. We can go for a Payback, and actually Payback does more damage than I thought it would do, but we still see a Grass Knot coming in here. Very well played by the opponent here as well. Like, Cresselia is a very strong Pokemon, very underrated, very good. We will see here that we can go for another Body Slam here. Body Slam will do a ton of damage still, enough damage to knock them out, and we can at least realign our Pokemon, which will be nice. What is not that nice, going to be this Venusaur. Venusaur is kind of tricky. I will be able to get some damage on them here with my Body Slam. I can go ahead and go into my Kecleon, and Kecleon can hopefully survive one. It can survive one, and we see a Sandslash coming in. And I make a mistake. I don't think I should have went for this move, because now they will be able to, like, I won't be able to get enough energy with my Medicham here, and I need my energy with my Medicham because I need to get to some Ice Punches. So it's going to be tricky. We're going to see here that the Ice Punch coming through from the opponent doesn't do too much damage. But we have only one Ice Punch stored so far, and I have to catch the move on my dub wall. Let's see if we can do that. 1, 2, and nope. They are not throwing immediately. I'm pretty sure they had the energy already. They overfarm for sure, so I am curious if they had the energy already there or not. They might be able to say it in the comment section, because of course I'm battling against viewers and usually they look at their battles here as well, me commentating over them. Next up, we're going to see Tapu Fini here. This is kind of awkward, but it is hopefully okay-ish because my opponent goes straight for the Surf. This is kind of a mistake. This is very dependent if you go for Surf or Moonblast here, because here, for example, I can just take it, I can go for my Psychic, and I can get them very, very low. So this matchup is not really that bad for me, as I can even swap into my dub wall, go for the knockout with the Body Slam, and we will be able to destroy the opponent here as we face Alomomola. This Pokemon is actually also a cool one. I kind of want them to boost this, but I also don't want them to boost this, as it's one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the, like in general in Pokemon Go here. The thing is, they don't even have like bad moves either. Like it has Waterfall, which does a ton of damage, it has Psychic, and then it has Hydro Pump and Blizzard. But I wish, like, if you give it a, like, for example, Surf, this Pokemon would be instant meta. Like, this thing would be, like, everywhere. Which I don't really would mind too much. I think this would break up a little bit, like, those Stunfisk, like, those, Bastion, Course, and whatever. Like, those Pokemon, like, they wouldn't really appreciate it. I think you would even be able to maybe destroy a Medicham with it. So I feel like Alomomola would be cool to boost, but I think as well, there's always the Love Cup every time around, the what's it called, Valentine's Day, of course, and for this one, the Alomomola is one of the strongest Pokemon, so yeah, it's, I guess, like, they don't want to boost it for that reason, maybe. But here we will see a Trevenant, which is actually a very decent matchup for us, as we will be able to resist the fast move, resist Shadow Ball, and we have super effective moves. Actually all of our moves are super effective, which is funny. But yeah, we will be able to farm down here with our Kecleon. Kecleon, final Pokemon that wasn't released yet from the Huron region. Very cool to see them finally. I actually don't know what's missing for the Sinnoh region. We still don't have Manafi and Fiona, I think. That's, I think, how they call it in English as well. But yeah, we will see here Venusaur coming in, which is kind of nice. Because we have a lot of energy, we will be able to do some damage. I thought of going for one Payback now, because I thought, Payback would most likely one-shot them, and they most likely don't think about it, but then I was like, okay, I can also just go for 2 Body Slams, should be fine. Sadly, my opponent guessed that as well, and went for a no-shield, should have went for what I thought first at least, but didn't go for it. Still fine, we can go for 1 Body Slam, gonna get the shield from the opponent, and they can get, I guess they can get a next shield from me as well here. I will be able to go ahead and go for more Body Slams now, but they're actually going to go down there from my Medicham. Why they go to my Medicham here is mostly the question that a lot of people think there, if they have a Sableye in the back. Sableye's main damage source against a Medicham is usually the fast move. Yes, the charge moves are still neutral, but they don't do as much damage as, for example, to my other Pokemon, so trying to get rid of the energy here was definitely the wisest play to do, especially as they have an Azumarill in the back. Sad story here, Azumarill is the hardest answer basically for Kecleon. Of course, this is not really a video that should show you a super competitive team that you really want to build again, but yeah, Kecleon is completely resisted from the Azumarill. There's nothing that you can throw that's going to do a ton of damage here. But luckily we got them super low already that the resistances don't really matter too much, as we can go for one foul play. This would knock them out. They might want a shield, they do want a shield, and it's still going to be a loss here because they're still going to have the Sableye. I have to overfarm a lot because the Azumarill has definitely still some energy left, and yeah, this will not work out pretty well. Yeah, there was nothing you could have done here anyway. A very good game there to my opponent, very well played there as well. Unfortunate lead, of course. Also unfortunate with the Azumarill. I didn't expect to see too many Azumarills, and was also the only one that I saw. Here, fun battle in between someone, like, you know them most likely from my channel as well. They are always running some weird spicy stuff that I love to showcase as well. We see a Misterios here. shiny mysterious is very cool. We're actually going to be able to go for on foul play, gonna get them already low with my fast move alone, and we're going to also generate energy basically as fast as my opponent, but they have to shield the first move, so we're going to be able to overfarm a little bit, get some extra energy here, and we can go ahead and knock them out. What's coming in next? We're going to see the NiRiain again. We can go for another foul play here, as we will be able to do some nice damage against them as well. This will do around half of itself actually already. That's kind of nice. Poison Fang mostly coming through here, going to not actually knocks me out. Poison Fang is, I guess, nerfed as well for this Pokemon. Kinda sad. I also have an X at NiRiain. It's really sad that they nerfed Poison Fang like this. I wish they rather nerfed like Poison Jab, I guess, but I mean, it's fine. I think it's okay. I think it would have been cooler if it was more a chance, because in the main series games, the 40% chance to poison an opponent, like badly poison an opponent with Poison Fang, so I don't know why it's a 100% chance here for debuffing the defense. Don't see the translation there from the main series games to this game here, but Niantic doing Niantic stuff. We know it all. We're gonna get returned here, but I'm also going to give them the last edge effort here for going for one Poison Fang. I'm going to let this move go through, and I will be able to knock them out there as well. Next opponent here, we will see a Medicham against a Mantine. Awkward lead, very like definitely not a lead that I want to see here. We're going to see that they lagged a little bit in the beginning. I'm going to just abuse it here because I'm using a Kecleon, okay? Don't judge me here, don't judge me. But we will be able to go for some nice charge moves as well. We're going to see the Bubble Beam coming through. We're going to do some nice damage. We can swap into the double as we face a Medicham coming in here as well. This is less than ideal. We're going to be able to go for some body slams, but yeah, Medicham going to be able to get a ton of energy here, basically getting hard walled so far. It's fine though, we will be able to go for at least one body slam there, but I don't think we're going to get to the next one. Even if they go for the Ice Punch, yeah, Ice Punch still going to get us into range, sadly, that they can knock us out. Actually, I think I could go for an Ice Punch here already as my Medicham. I'm going to shield the Psychic. We will see that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. I thought for some reason I went for the Psychic, don't know why, but I will be able to knock them out, which is good. We're going to see most likely the Mantine coming back in. No, we will see an Umbreon coming back in. Actually should have most likely stayed in there. I think swapping out here was kinda... I actually don't know why I did this at all. Honestly, in hindsight, I have zero idea why I did this. It's my best matchup to have Medicham against this thing, and it's my best matchup to have Kecleon against the Mantine. So at least my opponent gonna give me the Mantine here, which is good, which is going to go for one Bubble Beam first. But honestly, definitely not the way to go here, especially as my opponent going to be able to still just barely farm down. I thought I would survive this last ring attack, but I didn't. And I have to go basically for a charge move here, otherwise they're going to debuff me. I'm going to let this move go through. They still have 2 shields and an Umbreon. I think my opponent, I don't know. I think he would get 2-3 moves here still, as we will be able to go ahead and go for one Ice Punch here. Is Ice Punch going to, of course, get shielded again? But it's going to be close. They're going to give me this free fast move here. It would be... I think they were at 100 energy already, so I guess it's fine. But here they give me a free fast move as well. I think they would have been able to outspeed me otherwise to the charge move. But it doesn't matter, because I won't be able to get to my next charge move in time as well. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this showcase for Kecleon. On the end card, which you see right now, should be also the video from earlier. So see you then and have a great rest of your day. Leave a like on the video, please. Bye.